After a long journey in the heart of history, the Iranian carpet reached its peak, that is, the Safavid era. An era that displays culture and art in the best possible way. Focusing on Iranian gardens, birds, animals, recreational areas, Iranian flowers, and in a nutshell, a happy and joyful life is radiated from the carpets of this era. The use of Iranian literature and other valuable arts show the intellectual maturity of the masters in creating hand-woven works of the Safavid era. Sahib al-Ammar Mosque in Tabriz, Naqsh Jahan Square, Ali Kapur Palace, Jame Abbasi Mosque, Sheikh Lotfollah Mosque, and Siyosipol in Isfahan, Shehel Sotun Palace, and Darvaze Tehran in Kazvin are only some of the masterpieces left from this era. Here is Imamzadeh Jafar, one of the monuments of the Timurid era in Damgan. In a part of Imamzadeh's courtyard, there is a small building, which its inscription attributes this monument to the reign of Timurid Shahrukh. Expensive tiles were used in the facade, many of which are now missing. However, there are some tiles in the shape of round, 8-pointed stars in this site, just like the round, 8-pointed stars on the carpets attributed to the Timurid era. In addition to the similarity in pattern given to the proximity of the rugs to the Timurid era, it is more likely that they are Timurid. With the fall of the Timurids after the invasion of the Uzbeks, Iran was in chaos again. The chaos also affected Iranian carpets and pushed it back to the era of stagnation. During this period, the Uzbeks and two Turkmen tribes of Kara Kuyunlu and Ak Kuyunlu got involved in a war, and the Uzbeks were defeated, and the fight between the two Turkmen tribes led to the defeat of Kara Kuyunlus. Ak Kuyunlus chose Tabriz as their capital. And given the attention of Akkayunlu rulers to culture and art, carpet weaving was revived. During the reign of Uzun Hasan, one of the most powerful sultans of Akkayunlus, he also sent an ambassador to Tabriz named Josaphat Barbaro. In his memoirs, Barbaro repeatedly mentions the exquisite carpets of Uzun Hasan's palace, and writes that the floor of the hall was covered with excellent carpets that were more than 15 feet long. Uzun Hasan had ordered them to bring and display very beautiful and stunning silk carpets. In the memoirs, the observations of another Venetian merchant are also recorded. During his trip to Iran in Uzun Hasan's era, he has spoken of broad silk carpets in Persian style in proportion to the size of the palace's halls. From the written documents, we can infer exquisite carpets existed in the courts of the Turkmens. But the type of these carpets is still not known because there is no trace left of them. Of course, many researchers believe that some carpets in the early Safavids were probably woven in Akkayunlus's era in Tabriz. In 1965, the medallion carpet attributed to the early Safavid was purchased by the Boston Museum in the United States. Later, it was announced that this sample was probably produced by the Turkmens in Tabriz. This 16-lobed medallion carpet has an inner field covered with 2 geometric patterns that are repeated in consecutive rows. The interesting thing about this carpet is that its medallion is separate from the inner field and repetitive. While in many medallion carpets of the Safavid era, the medallion is changed to match the field. Therefore, it is less likely that the carpet in the Boston Museum dates back to the Safavid era. Today, there is no carpet that can definitely be attributed to the reign of the Turkmens in Iran. Therefore, in order to clear the ambiguities, it's necessary to refer to the illustrated versions that depict the carpets of that period. Havaran-Name by Ibn Hassam is one of Iran's religious epic poems that was illustrated during the reign of Ak-Koyunlus, and it's a visual document that depicts carpets of this era. In the images of this literary work, many carpet designs are precisely depicted, and only their scale has been reduced, and many of them can be compared with the samples that are currently available. But another feature of Havaran-Name carpets is that they do not have animal motifs, unlike the carpets of the Safavid era. In most of these pictures, there are people who are either standing or sitting and cover most of the carpet. Therefore, the patterns are just the central motifs. In this work, various designs of carpets in the Ak-Koyunlu era have been carefully and beautifully depicted in numerous pictures, so that there's an authentic visual document of carpets in this era. From 1970 onwards, carpet experts realized they were wrong about some carpets of the Safavid era. Some carpets that were attributed to the Safavid era probably did not belong to this period. This is an Eslimi, arabesque, and Katai floral torn carpet in Pergamon Museum in Germany. Eslimi and Katai patterns are rotating and are drawn with curved lines. Examples of these patterns can be seen in Xenophon plaster fragments, Takebustan rock reliefs, and Sassanid-era textiles. This work is among the carpets that were previously thought to belong to the Safavid era. But the geometric design of the leaf, which is similar to Eslimi's, in the corner with a brown background, and the design related to the wide and narrow margins of the carpet, is often found in the carpet symbols and traditional art of the Timurid era, which makes it more likely that it is Timurid. During the Safavid rule, the activities of the artist intensified, and this empathy and cooperation was due to the security that the Safavids had brought to the society.
هنر در دوران ثبوت امنیتی باید اوج بگیره.
The most valuable possessions of the world's famous museums are samples of the Safavid era's carpets, and in the meantime, the art of Iran's carpet weaving also reached its peak. Regarding carpets, some of the best rugs in Iran were woven during the rule of the Safavid kings. It is during this era that the magnificence of Iranian carpets also enchants Ottoman sultans, to the extent that Iranian carpet weavers were employed in the royal workshops of Istanbul.
دوره صفوی دوره اعتلاع و درخشندگی فرش‌بافی ایران هست در تمام ادوار. تمام ادوار به این معنی است که از همون زمان تا امروز فرش‌های صفوی رقیب نداره.
Eslimi's vibrant and curved motifs, as well as the lively designs of flowers, plants, gardens, and animals, turn carpet weaving into the most delicate arts of pattern and color. Shah Ismail I, the founder of the Safavid dynasty, paid special attention to carpet weaving. It is said that he had set up large carpet weaving workshops in his capital, Tabriz. In very big royal workshops with the presence of painters, designers, miniaturists, and first-rate masters, large carpets were woven on the orders of the Safavid authorities and even European monarchs. One of the masterpieces of the reign of Shah Ismail is the hunting carpet made by Ghayath-ud-Din-e-Jami. Carpet woven in the style of a hunting ground usually depicts scenes of hunting and nature. Here is Milan's Paul di Pezzoli Museum. The hunting carpet, which is kept here, depicts pictures of hunters in pursuit of animals. In the inner field of the carpet, there are animals, birds, and horsemen with spears and swords who are looking for prey. The birds are either flying or they've carefully peeked out from behind a flower bush. This carpet is made of silk thread, cotton weft, and wool pile, and this text can be seen in the inscription of the center of the carpet. It was possible to finish this precious work due to Ghayath-ud-Din-e-Jami's efforts. This carpet is one of the few carpets with a date and an inscription from the Safavid era, which has been delicately woven and shows off in this museum with a miniature painting. But how can this carpet find its way in Italy? There are theories about the historical background of the carpet. Some say that the carpet was originally in the Quirinal Palace, which served as the residence of popes, but after their overthrow, the Italian royal family possessed it. Victor Emmanuel III, the King of Italy in 1919, handed over the carpet to the Italian government. Another theory is the hunting carpet was in the possession of the royal family of England, and Victor Emmanuel III, the King of Italy at the time, borrowed it to display in a royal exhibition. But the exhibition was never held, and the hunting carpet remained in Italy. Anyway, whatever the story is, this masterpiece of Shah Ismail's period has found its way to the Italian Museum to familiarize the visitors with the hunting style around the Safavid era. Of course, the carpet with the hunting ground style left from the Safavid era does not end up with just this one. To see another example of hunting carpet, you have to travel to Austria. This is the Vienna Museum in Austria, and this hunting carpet dates back to the middle of the 10th century. The hunting rug is woven with silk and gold, and it was designed by Sultan Muhammad, the famous painter of Shah Tahmasp's court. The weft and the warp of this sample is silk, and the pile is silk with gold and silver thread on white silk. In the inner field of the carpet, there are images of animals such as lion, zebra, leopards, dragon, phoenix, rabbit, deer, wolf, bear, and jackal. Hunters on horseback are chasing them. They carry bow and arrow, spears, swords, or sticks as weapons. Some experts believe that this carpet is the most exquisite carpet ever woven. The harmony of the colors and the balance of the carpet have doubled its beauty. But the highest level of progress in carpet weaving was achieved during the era of Shah Tahmasp, the son of Shah Ismail. Shah Tahmasp himself had a hand in designing, and it is said he made several designs for carpets. He was the founder of urban style. That is, he brought the art of carpet weaving to the city, which was generally a rural or nomadic profession.
در دوره شاه طهماسب خیلی دیگه رونق عالی ایران و حتی به اینجا رسید که خود شاه طهماسب علاقه‌مند شد به قالی‌بافی و یاد گرفت. حالا چه چیزایی بافته البته نمانده و نمی‌دونم.
At the time, carpet weaving became popular not only in Tabriz, but also in Kazvin, Kashan, Hamidad, Shustar, and Herat. Here is the historical shrine of Sheikh Safi al-Din Ardabili in Ardabil. Sheikh Safi al-Din is the great ancestor of the Safavid dynasty. Among the carpets of Shah Tahmasp era, we should mention Sheikh Safi al-Din or Ardabil carpet. This carpet is one of the most exquisite carpets of the Safavid era, which was woven by the order of Shah Tahmasp for his father's tomb, Shah Ismail I, who was buried in the shrine of Sheikh Safi al-Din. This carpet was woven in 1946 and is actually a pair. One of them is kept here. The Victoria and Albert Museum in London, the largest museum in the world in terms of decorative arts. The other carpet is kept in the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, the largest art museum in the west of the United States. The Ardabil carpet has a date and signature and the name of its weaver. Maqsood Kashani is woven on it, therefore it is considered a historical document. At one end of the carpet, a poem is written that reads, "Except for thy threshold, there is no refugees for me in all the world. Except for this door, there is no resting place for my head." Some carpet experts believe that these lines were included in the carpet upon the order of Shah Tahmasp to show his devotion to his ancestor, Sheikh Safi al-Din. Ardabil or Sheikh Safi carpet has a symmetrical center, and the precision used in weaving it has made it one of the most unique works of art. In the middle of this carpet, there is a beautiful medallion which is surrounded by 16 ovals. The medallion is a pattern that is placed in the center of the carpet, and the ovals are the ornaments of the medallion which are woven around it. The medallion design with its ovals is repeated in the four corners of the carpet. The inner field of the carpet is dark blue and is decorated with elegant and delicate flowers full of pomegranate flower branches. There is a large border inside, which is surrounded by 3 narrow stripes. and a series of cartouches and inscriptions. This carpet is unique in terms of design and texture, and is included in the list of 50 masterpieces of the world. There are many samples of the Safavid era carpets in the museums of the world, and it is not possible to mention all of them. But maybe the most outstanding ones would be worth mentioning. After the Ardabil carpet, the hunting miniature carpet and the hunting Zarbaft carpet, which are the most beautiful carpets left from the Safavid era, some of the other carpets and rugs are all at the next level of fame and importance. The name of this carpet is Sangusko, which is kept in Miho Museum in Japan. A similar carpet is kept in the Carpet Museum of Iran. During the Safavid era, about 12 to 14 of these carpets were woven in Iran, and the most beautiful one was given to a Polish prince named Roman Sangusko. Therefore, other carpets of this collection were also known by this name. Borders with panel designs, all kinds of animal motifs and faces, peacocks in pairs, phoenix, dragon, and fish and animals combat designs are among the common patterns of these carpets. The fight and struggle of various animals, and sometimes the conflict between humans and animals, are referred to as animals combat designs.
و الان ما نمونه‌های زیادی داریم در همین موزه فرشی خودمون در تهران که از دوره صفوی و واقعا خب شاهکارهایی.
این قالیه زیبا با اسم قالیه سنگشکو معروف هست. سنگشکو اسم یک شاهزاده لهستانی بوده که زیباترین نمونه این قالی ها رو داشته. حدوداً 10 تا 14 قالی رو گفته میشه که با این طرح و نقش بافته شده و زیباترین نمونه مربوط به این شاهزاده یعنی رومن سنگشکو بوده که این اسم تعمیم داده میشه به تمام قالی ها. در رابطه با طرح و نقش این قالی، لچک ترنج طرح و نقشش و در قسمت مرکزی که ترنج بزرگی قرار داره که به رنگ تیره هستش، تصویر حیواناتی مشاهده میشه، همچنین افرادی در حال شکار. در قسمت‌های دیگه قالی انواع حیوانات و رنگ روناسی بسیار زیبایی کار شده. قالی سپود هستش و کیفیت بسیار بالایی داشته و همچنین در حاشیه قالی ما به صورت یک درمیون تصویر انسان‌هایی با لباس‌های بومی دوره صفویه رو مشاهده می‌کنیم که در حال نگهداری از درخت هستند. درخت در فرهنگ ما ایرانیان بسیار مقدس بوده و یک واسطه‌ای بین انسان و خدا محسوب می شده. همچنین یکی دیگر از نقش‌هایی که در قالی در حاشیه دیده میشه نقش گرفت و گیر هستش.
در سال 1931 میلادی نمایشگاهی به مناسبت هنرهای ایرانی در لندن برگزار شده بود که تعدادی از قالی‌ها متعلق به رومان سنگشکو در اونجا به نمایش گذاشته شده. اینها تمام قالی‌های بافت دوره صفویه بودند ولی با نامگذاری غربی، قالی‌هایی که در کرمان، در اصفهان و تبریز بافته شده بودند ولی نامگذاری‌های غربی داشتند. این قالی با شکوه متعلق به رومان سنگشکو بوده و معروف به قالی سنگشکو میشه. در دهه 50 خریداری میشه و به ایران منتقل میشه و در موزه فرش در سال 56 به نمایش در میاد. از شاخصه های این قالی که در دنیا 14 تا 10 قطعه موجود هستند که این نمونه در موزه فرشه و بقیه زینت بخش کاخها و کلیساها یا مجموعه دارای خصوصی و همچنین یک نمونهش در موزه مینهو ژاپن موجوده. از ویژگی های این قالی سپود بودنش هست، رنگ هایی که به کار برده، رنگامیزی که داره و به نوعی طرح و نقشی که در اون دیده میشه. در طرح لچک ترنج، در داخل ترنج 8 سواره نظام در حال شکار هستند که به صورت سواره در حال شکار حیوانات که اینجا بزرگی و قدرت شاهان رو نشون میده. سرترنج ها که با طرح کتیبه نقش بسته و حاشیه‌ای که طرح قاب‌هایی داره و در اون تصاویر 2 پیکر که با لباس دوره صفوی که از لحاظ مردم شناسی میتونیم اون رو بررسی کنیم به نمایش در اومده. همچنین صورت دیوها و نقوش ماهی، نقوش حیوانی که در حال حرکتن، به نوعی 3 زمان رو نشون میده. میتونیم بگیم عالمی که ما از اون به دنیا میایم یا به نوعی در اون زندگی میکنیم و آخرت رو 3 بعد رو به نمایش میذاره. جزء قالی های صفوی که طرح تصویری هم در اون دیده میشه. این قالی 35 رجه، گره به صورت نامتقارن، احتمالاً بافت کرمان می باشد.
یکی از دوره‌های خیلی مشهور شناخته شده و به زعم برخی از فرش‌شناسان و هنرشناسان به عنوان دوران طلایی فرش‌بافی ایران ازش نام برده میشه، دوران صفوی هستش. دورانی که در برخی از منابع به عنوان دوران شکفتگی و عظمت فرش‌بافی ایران هم ازش یاد میشه و چند دلیل هم اتفاقا برای این موضوع میشه مشخصا برشمرد که این مدعا رو تایید میکنه. یکی اینکه ما به لحاظ تاریخی واقعا هیچ مقطعی رو نداشتیم که اینقدر حکومت و دولتمردان و شاهان و حاکمان ایران، خلاصه رده‌های بالای کشوری، به موضوع فرش‌بافی اهمیت بدن.
The pattern of the carpet is medallion corner design. That is, it has a medallion in the center and a corner in each edge. The corner is placed in the 4 edges of the carpet and is usually curved. All kinds of animals can be seen in the center and on the margins of the carpet. In addition to the carpet design, the art of miniature works is also used in this carpet. The warp materials of this carpet is made of yarn, the weft is made of wool, and the pile is made of wool and is dyed with natural colors.
دورانی که شاهان صفوی از شروعش، یعنی سال 908 با به قدرت رسیدن شاه اسماعیل صفوی تا آخرین اونها، تمام این شاهانی که اومدن و رفتن هر کدوم به واسطه علاقمندی‌هایی که داشتن، برخیشون به نقاشی، بعضیشون به معماری، ولی تقریبا فرش‌بافی از اون حوزه‌های از هنر بوده که تقریبا تمامی دوره‌های مختلف شاهان صفوی به یک شکلی، حالا با یک اوج و فرودهایی بهش توجه شده. دوره‌های مثل دوره شاه اسماعیل و شاه طهماسب و شاه عباس دوم دیگه اوجش بوده که کارگاه‌های سلطنتی نزدیک به مقر حکومتی برپا می‌شده. حتی گفته شده که شاه اسماعیل یا شاه طهماسب خودشون حتی روزانه از این کارگاه‌ها بازدید می‌کردن.
Another outstanding rug is the Anhalt carpet. The carpet was discovered in the second half of the 19th century in Dessau Castle, a seat of the Dukes of Anhalt. Technically, this carpet has cotton thread, silk weft, and wool pile. This rug with a large central medallion, a blue inscription, and red-headed medallions with colorful designs, 6 peacocks in the upper half of the carpet, and 6 peacocks in the lower half displays the art of the Safavid era. The central medallion design of this carpet is very similar to the cover of the books in the Safavid period, as well as the tiling works of the Timurid and Safavid eras. The dark blue polygonal head medallion of the carpet has been observed many times in the tiling works of the Safavid era and it shows the close relationship between carpet design, tiling, and book design in the Safavid era. The Anhalt carpet was donated to the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York in 1946 by Samuel H. Kress Foundation. It is possible that Joseph Dobbin was previously keeping the carpet in London and he sold it to Samuel Henry Kress. Since this carpet was previously owned by Duke Anhalt of Dessau, it became known as Anhalt. The unique colors of the carpet, such as its yellow background, which is rarely seen in carpets of this type, makes it a special piece.
یه فکری از زمان خود جلوتر میتونه یه کارایی انجام بده که دیگرون ندادن. یعنی باید این وسعت باشه.
Now from this particular piece, we go to a carpet with a special history. This carpet is the Krakow Paris carpet, which is divided into two halves, and one half is in the Museum of Decorative Art in Paris, and the other half is in the Krakow Cathedral in Poland. But why is this carpet cut in half and each half is in two different countries? The story is that during the Ottoman and Persian wars, this carpet fell into the hands of the Ottomans, and because the Ottomans controlled a part of Europe at the time, it was sent there. In the Battle of Parkany in 1683, between the Polish and Ottoman forces, the King of Poland, John III Sobieski, seized the carpet and took it to Krakow, the capital of Poland at the time, and donated it to the Church of Krakow. The church decided to spread the carpet on the steps of the altar. But because the dimensions of the carpet were bigger, they cut it into halves. As a result, one half of it was spread and the other half was sent to the church's storeroom. Later, the half in the storeroom was sold to an antique shop. A French person named Jules Massion bought it from the antique shop and in 1903 donated the carpet to the Museum of Decorative Arts in Paris. Therefore, the carpet is called Paris Krakow. But that's not the whole story. The half which existed in the Krakow church in Poland was seized by the Germans during World War II. After the end of the war, it was returned to Poland and kept in the eastern part of the Wawel Museum in Krakow. The carpet, no matter how, survived challenges throughout history to display one of the great successes of the history of decorative arts, according to the famous carpet expert, Professor Arthur Upham Pope. The warp and the weft of the carpet is made of wool and silk with a design of an imaginary garden and a flowing waterfall, flowers, blossoms, and cypress trees with colorful birds and animals like lion, leopard, deer, stag, and monkey can be seen in the carpet. A phoenix is flying through the branches, and all these motifs can be seen on the golden color of the inner field with a special shine. In the middle of the rug, there's an oval-shaped medallion with a purple color with two harmonic head medallions along a vertical line of the inner field. Of the three borders, one is wider with a pattern of flowers, deer, and other birds. The other two borders are narrower and are designed with a flower pattern on a yellow background as well as a flower and bird pattern on a dark blue background.
دوران صفوی سبکش با قبل فرق کرد، رفت تو طبیعت بیشتر، یعنی فضا جنگلی یا باغی یا بزمی، هنری و حالا حیوانات ها بیشتر آوردن و شکارگاه و اینا هست و چیزی دیگه که قبلا من نشنیدم اگه بودم نخ طلا بافتن دوران صفویه بافته شد.
Another outstanding carpet of the Safavid era, which is one of the most expensive carpets, is the coronation carpet, an Iranian carpet which belongs to the Danish royal family. This carpet is kept in Rosenborg Castle in Copenhagen. As the name of the carpet suggests, this carpet is used during the coronation of Danish kings. The coronation carpet is woven with silver and gold silk threads and is displayed only once a year in autumn. This is the Chelsea carpet in the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. Another masterpiece of the Safavid era. The warp and weft of this hand-woven carpet is made of silk, and its pile is made of first-class and high-quality wool. In the design of this carpet, 2 medallions with a dark background are used. Also, there are 2 Chinese-style vases between the medallions, which are repeated at the end of each main field, and a fish pond can be seen in the center. The rest of the inner fields include relatively small motifs such as flower, or fruit tree or a pair of animals that are fighting. It is said that the Chelsea carpet belonged to the royal palace in Isfahan, and after its fall was taken out from Isfahan. Later, they bought it from a seller in Chelsea for the museum. This is why it's named the Chelsea carpet.
به هر جهت به دلیل اهمیتی که فرش بافی در دوره صفوی به خاطر توجه شاهان صفوی پیدا کرده و همچنین تعداد نسبتاً متناوب و بسیار زیادی که از قالی‌های عصر صفوی به زمان ما رسیده، چه گردار یعنی قالی، چه در گروهی که به اصطلاح میگیم گلیم یا تخت باف‌ها، تعدادی که از دوره صفوی از این دو گروه به زمان ما رسیده کاملا مشخص میکنه که عصر صفوی یک عصری بوده که فرش بافی ایران واقعا در یک دوران خیلی پر رونق و بسیار پرشکوهی سپری میکرده و این نمونه هم که خب تعداد زیادی شناسایی شدن و گروه بندی شدن، نامگذاری شدن، کتاب ها و مقالات بسیار زیادی راجبشون نوشته شده، کاملا نشون میده به لحاظ نه فقط موضوع بافندگی، موضوع طراحی از یک طرف، رنگرزی از یک طرف و این جزئیات و فنون بافت و همه اینها واقعا مورد توجه هم مقامات رد بالای کشور بوده، هم هنرمندانی که در دل خود فرشگونن، طراح، بافنده، همه در کنار هم دیگه باعث شدن یک دوران بسیار خاص و طلایی در فرش بافی ایران شکل بگیره.
One of the most controversial carpets of the Safavid era are the carpets known as the salting. These carpets were among the carpets whose date and origin were debated by the world's famous carpet experts. A man named George Salting, a collector in early 1900, donated a Gullah Batoon carpet with a pattern of plants and animals and a border with Persian poems to the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. This carpet was published in the museum catalogue with the identification of Iran in the 16th century. In 1931, a new catalogue was published with this content. A lot of evidence indicates that these carpets were woven in the suburbs of Istanbul, and at the latest in the 18th century. With this new catalogue, not only the Iranian origin of these carpets and similar samples were called into question, but also at least 200 years were reduced from the age of the carpets. It was later discovered the author of this content was Edward Cecil Tattersall, then the director of the museum's textile department. Of course, this claim was not taken seriously for a long time, until the famous Iranologist and prominent art critic Professor Friedrich Zerr, in an article in 1939, implicitly confirmed Tattersall's theory. When the famous carpet expert Kurt Erdmann confirmed this theory, the arguments about the origin and the age of the carpet became intense. Finally, several European, American, and even Turkish carpet experts conducted comprehensive and impartial historical scientific researches, and in 6 documented reports to the International Conference on Oriental Carpets that was held in San Francisco in 1996, they proved that the carpet is Iranian and belongs to the Safavid era. The unprecedented consensus of the experts at the International Conference on Oriental Carpets in 1996 and the publication of their strong and irrefutable articles in 1999 put an end to decades of controversy and sorted out the salting carpets issue forever. Apart from the controversial salting carpets, we reach the sea wave carpet. This exquisite Iranian carpet is known by this name because of its special and wavy pattern. The other name of this carpet is Portuguese because at the time of its weaving, which was during the Safavid era of Shah Abbas, Goa was one of the Portuguese colonies of India, and the mentioned carpet was transferred there. One of the features of this carpet is a large medallion and the image of a ship in the corner. This carpet was woven with cotton yarn and wool and is now kept in the Museum of Applied Arts in Vienna.
شاه عباس اومده و این طرح عباسی را که همین عباسی بود نقاش معروف این اختراع شد.
یکی از زیباترین و تجملی ترین قالی‌های موجود در موزه فرش ایران از منطقه اصفهان دوره صفوی هست، معروف به قالی‌های پولونز که تعداد اینها در دنیا 300 قطعه تخمین زده شده. جزء با شکوه‌ترین قالی‌هایی که در دوره شاه عباس بافته شده و حدود 100 سال تخمین زدن برای بافت این گروه از قالی‌ها. داستان این قالی‌ها از اینجا شروع میشه که در سال 1601 میلادی شاهزاده لهستانی به بازرگان خودش مرادویچ سفارش میده که به ایران بیاد و پایتخت ایران در اون زمان اصفهان که مقر قالی بافی در اصفهان و کاشان بوده سفارش میده. تعدادی از این قالی‌ها در اون منطقه بافته میشن که آرم عقاب داشتن و جنس اونها از ابریشم و نخهای گلابتون که مغزش از ابریشم و دورش از طلا نخهای گلابتون معروفن یا نقره تشکیل شده. هفت نمونه از این قالی‌ها در موزه فرش ایران موجوده که یک نمونهش رو که ملاحظه می‌کنید کلگی هست، یعنی طول اون از عرضش کمتره و 6 قطعه دیگه به اندازه قالیچه هست، ابعاد کوچیک‌تر. جفت این قالی کلگی در موزه متروپولیتن قرار داره و جزء شاخص‌ترین آثار دنیا هست. تار و پودش از ابریشم و نخ، پودهای طلایی و نقره‌ای اونها رو در بر گرفته و جزء قالی‌های صوف باف هست. طرحی که ملاحظه می‌کنید طرح ترنجدار و گل‌های شاه عباسیه. گل‌های شاه عباسی که از دوره شاه عباس بر روی قالی‌ها نقش بسته و خیلی از هنرمندا و پژوهشگران این گل رو ریشه اون رو به نیلوفر از دوره قبل از نیلوفرهایی که شاخصن، گل‌هایی که در دوران قبل از اسلام هم بر روی بسترهای دیگه پیاده شدن الهام گرفتن. گل‌های شاه عباسی و ترنج‌هایی که شبیه هم نیستن، لچک‌هایی که در 4 گوشه قرار دارن. حاشیه پهنی که برگ‌های اسلیمی و گل‌های شاه عباسی رو در بر می‌گیره. رنگ‌های شاخص و زیبایی که این قالی داره، قالی سفارشی و تجملی که رنگ نارنجی، سبز و انواع آبی رو ملاحظه می‌کنید.
The vase design is one of the most famous designs of the Safavid era. The features of this design is the presence of 1 or 2 vases in the center of the carpet and filling the carpet's inner field with large palmette flowers, one of the most famous vase designs of the Safavid era. In contrast to vase carpets, which are simpler, there are Polish carpets, which are glamorous and extravagant. Polish carpets or polonaise are referred to a large group of Zarbaf carpets of the Safavid era. It is said that one of the reasons for calling these carpets Polish is that one of these carpets was exhibited at the Paris International Exhibition in 1878, which belonged to a Polish prince named August Alexander Czartoryski. But in fact, there is another reason for that, and to know it, you have to dig a little deeper into history. In the spring of 1601, Polish King Sigismund III gave an Armenian merchant named Muratovich a mission to travel to Iran and procure some carpets for the Polish royal palaces. The Armenian merchant ordered the carpets to the weavers of Kashan, who at the time had experience and fame in weaving silk carpets. This is where these carpets became known as Polish carpets. Little by little, the popularity of these carpets increased amongst European princes and nobles until about 300 pieces of these carpets were produced and sent to European markets. Until now, more than 100 carpets, rugs, and silk kilims have been identified from this group. The 8 carpets which the Armenian merchant ordered are now kept in the Munich Residence Museum. There are 6 rugs and 1 carpet from this group, and it's in the Carpet Museum of Iran. Perhaps one of the reasons why carpet weaving reached its peak in the Safavid era is the fact that the first 3 Safavid kings gave great importance to carpet. Since their rule was consecutive, the art of carpet weaving could be noticed and grow in a long period of time. After Shah Tahmasp, his son Shah Abbas came to the throne. Shah Abbas moved his capital to Isfahan and established the largest royal carpet workshop there. 2 French tourists named Tavernier and Chardin, the British Sir Robert Shirley, and the secretary of Shah Abbas have mentioned this workshop in their writings. The notes indicate that this workshop was built near Shehel Sotun and Nakhchijahan Square. Like his father, Shah Abbas gave special importance to carpet weaving, and even left a school under the name of Shah Abbas School in carpet weaving.
دوران شاه عباس که نقطه اوجه در کنار 40 ستون اون طرف خیابون سپه، اینا همه کارگاه قالیبافی بودی و این کار انجام می شده تا دورانی افاقینه.
تقریبا میتونیم بگیم 199 یا قریب به اتفاق یا اکثریت بافته ها یا قالی ها یا گلیم هایی که از دوره صفوی باقی مونده به زمان ما رسیده، حاصل نظام بافندگی شهریه.
4,000 pieces of carpets and torn and knotted rugs, kilims and Zulu rugs are left from the Safavid era, which less than 4% of these carpets are left in Iran, and the rest are scattered in museums, private collections, and some palaces and holy sites abroad. Safavid kings allowed carpet weavers to weave styles and patterns according to their own taste. With this work, both the originality of the carpet was preserved and the creativity in creating patterns reached its peak, so that different designs and patterns of carpets emerged in the Safavid era. Therefore, the story of the carpet in the Safavid era was a long one. However, the last Safavid kings had no interest in carpets, and there is no masterpiece that was definitely made in the last half-century of the Safavid era. Kashan, Joshgan, and Kerman were among the cities that became famous during the Safavid era, along with Isfahan in carpet weaving and design. Undoubtedly, the invitation of first-rate masters such as Reza Abbasi and his accompanying collection had a great impact on the growth and expansion of Safavid era's carpet weaving. The dyeing of wool and silk with natural colors has made the carpets of the Safavid era last and shine, which are still impressive after centuries. From the Ottoman kings to the courts of European countries, there are traces of Iranian carpets. And this background is the valuable asset of the art of Iranian carpet industry. After the attack of the Afghans and the fall of the Safavid dynasty and the famine, the few remaining royal workshops in Isfahan were also closed. Even if the masters of these workshops survived, they were without support and displaced. This situation continued in all carpet weaving workshops in Iran, and the carpet entered its stagnation period again, and the world markets gradually moved towards other countries. The era of the Safavid kings teaches us that whenever we pay attention to carpets and other hand-woven works, our carpets become unique and have 100% value. Attention to the modern design and at the same time the use of natural materials and precision in the texture and honesty in the work are among the subjects of the Safavid era in the design of the carpet, and unfortunately the burning candle of the Iranian hand-woven carpet is extinguished with the end of the Safavid era. The history of carpet weaving teaches us that we should remove the obstacles and once again display the pure aspects of Iranian carpet weaving art in the international arena.